here we are. First ever on location podcast for me. It's Houston Has a Problem, here with my husband Chris. Hi. So we're here to check out the first day of the EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival, which I think is the most beautiful festival of the year. Flowers everywhere, everyone's piling into the park. And this is our first ever on location podcast, like here at EPCOT, which is kind of incredible when you think about it. I don't know. It's neat to me because I haven't done it before. But yeah, we're going to explore the park today. Walt Disney World has been so generous as to give us a gift card to try out some of the different eats around the park. There are countless, I would say dozens of international food booths and different food options throughout the park, including some specialty drinks as well. So we're going to check out all of that stuff as we explore our day here at the most magical place on earth. So here we are in front of the creation shop. You can hear all the excited ambiance. People are excited to get in there and take a look at the first of the International Flower and Garden Festival merchandise. It's something that Disney does incredibly well at. They get all sorts of different merch items. And my problem, again, is that this festival's not long enough. That's the thing. It's actually the shortest of the long festivals. So let me explain. The International Flower and Garden Festival runs until June. And then there's a little break, and then the biggest, longest festival of the year comes out with the Food and Wine Festival here in EPCOT. And it's annual, so if you don't have a chance to get out here this year, you can certainly plan a trip for next year too. There's all kinds of cool stuff to look at. Looking around, I see copious amounts of Orange Bird merchandise. If you don't know who Orange Bird is, he is a character that Disney created at the very beginning, 50 years ago, when the Walt Disney World complex was being built and opened. Orange Bird became sort of a mascot for Florida in the sense that, you know, Florida is known for oranges, even other kinds of oranges. Two. Come on in, thank you for your patience. Come on in, thank you for your patience. So let's take a look in here and see what kind of new merch we have. See lots of 50th anniversary merchandise still. The 50th anniversary continues until March 30th. Oh, and I have found the festival merch. As I round a corner, people are checking out the Orange Bird lounge fly bags. Those are always a big seller. Some traditional Mickey Mouse gear. But over here where all the busyness is, let's take a look and see. Holy moly. There are people with satchels full of stuff. There's a really cool Orange Bird Spirit jersey. It's orange and yellow with some darker orange cuffs. Some cool mugs. A little sign that you can hang in the... Oh, this is heavy actually. Very heavy. That is like cement. Over here, some sipper cups. They're replete with Orange Bird motifs. It's really cool, actually. These look really great. Oh my gosh, I think I just found some salt and pepper shakers. Sorry.
No, you're okay.
Just taking a look at them. They're really cute.
All right. There's also a figment, too, if you want to miss that.
Oh.
Right around the other table.
Oh, nice. Thank you. All right, good to know. There is a Figment matching salt and pepper shaker. So you can get one of Figment, who is sort of the unofficial mascot of EPCOT, and one of Orange Bird. Let's take a look at these over here. They're designed like the trash cans, which is kind of funny, but they're specific for the Flower and Garden Festival. So let me show you. There's a Figment salt and or pepper shaker shaped like a trash can. And over there is the Orange Bird one. So you can have like a mix and match. Oh, they're cute. I like them a lot. They're neat. I didn't see the flower pots. Look at those. Little Figment flower pot with, or flower pot mug, I mean. That's actually really cool. I like that. Tervis mugs down there. Love those for the pool. Those are always great. Again, covered in Figment motif and Mickeys, and all for the Flower and Garden Festival for this year. the International Flower Garden Festival. There are pins for pin collectors. Let's see, there's a special orange bird pin at the top here. Have this one here, spreading the sunshine. And a figment one down here.
Garden pins, Mom.
Oh, and down here, looks like a special Snow White pin, which is really cool. Like I said, I could spend all day in here, but I don't want to spend all day, but I could. And lots of money, which is why I don't want to spend all day in here. What have you done to me, Disney? I want to buy all the things. Oh, this is the coolest hat ever. I have to show this to Chris. Look at this hat.
That's funny.
He's got little sunglasses on. How funny.
Yeah.
I love it. Of course, there are some, so what I'm looking at here is an orange hat, with orange bird on the front, and he's got little sunglasses on, which is kind of incredible. Oh, look at that. Nice t-shirt with an orange rainbow with some green in there too. They're going very, very retro with the merch this year. I like it. Oh, it's Spike's Pollination Exploration. So you can go from space to space. It's marked on here, like the Spice Garden and French Gardens and the English Tea Garden. You get a stamp, and at the end, I believe you get to collect a little something. It's $10 to participate. Once you find them, it looks like you'll get a sticker for each place that you go.
They're right here. These are the stickers.
Oh, those are the stickers. So once you go to all those places, you stick them on the map, and then you redeem your map for a small keepsake while supplies last.
So there's one of these at each of these locations, and you have to go there to figure out which sticker goes where.
Yeah. So you can't just stick them on.
Stick them randomly.
You're going to have to do it correctly.
I enjoy rules.
Yes, exactly. I like that too. I'm going to set this hat back down that I'm not purchasing.
And like as soon as you settle in, it's like, oh, can we get a picture of it at ACK?
They have,
You have to enter here, I'm sorry.
they have a ton of these Spirit jerseys that say "Spread in the Sunshine" on the back. They are orange and yellow with orange bird on it. Again, super cute, lots of fun things. There's also a new Orange Bird Magic Band Plus that Disney was kind enough to give us. I'm going to see if it's here. And that's a new Magic Band Plus I haven't seen before. This is First Visit. And of course, our favorite one, the Pride Magic Band Plus. Magic Band Plus, for those that don't know, because you're probably familiar with the Magic Band at this point. The Magic Band Plus interacts with some of the shows and rides and attractions throughout the park. It flashes, it lights up. And I believe until the end of March with the 50th anniversary statues, you can still interact with them. You can wave at them and they'll say something fun or do something. There's more Orange Bird stuff here. Oh, this is annual pass holder stuff. There's a special pin for pass holders, it looks like. Flower Power limited release pin. There's a whole little collection of Orange Bird, looks like Snow White and Figment. Oh, these are cool. Little flower and garden stakes. And a special pass holder water bottle. Pricey. From Corksicle. Corksicle is a big sponsor, of course, of all the different festivals here at EPCOT. Like, I want to buy all the things, but there's not one thing that I want to buy.
Need all the things.
I know, but I want all the things. You know this.
I'm
This
aware.
is why I can't go into stores ever. So we'll say goodbye to this section and we'll continue our little exploration. Again, as evidenced multiple times, my podcast title, Houston Has a Problem, is describing me. I'm the problem. Hi, it's me. Because I want all the things in there. And then you're here to say, no, you don't. You don't need all the things.
This is the moment I'm going to be quiet.
So now you've seen insight into my life. Well, let's go explore a little bit more of the festival. Oh, we had to take a stop at one of our favorite places here at EPCOT. There is this roost of martins, and these little birdhouses come out here at the International Flower Garden Festival. And all the chirping and little families being made, little birds being born, they come back here every year. They're all singing to each other. it's really just peaceful to sit here and listen. Like I said, these martins come back to roost every single year. At the end of the festival, they'll take these down, they clean them out. The Disney crew stores them and then brings them back out. I would say sometime in the winter we see them pop up, maybe January. And sure enough, like clockwork, as spring arrives, so do the martins. Alright, so in our special On Location podcast, we're going to start wandering down the center aisle here that leads us to World Showcase at EPCOT. And I have to point out, if you have a chance, go see the video version of this podcast over at prideradio.com/Houston. I'll have it there because there are some of the most beautiful topiaries that you have ever seen. We're looking at one right now that is Mickey and Minnie, head to toe, grass and flower and small plants. There's Pluto in the background, Chip and Dale are out front. Again, some of the most incredible topiaries. We're going to see a special one here in a little bit that is Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog. And that's her debut at the International Flower Garden Festival for this year. If you watch the very beginning of this festival, you'll also see a brand new set of topiaries from the movie Encanto. It's the entire cast featuring Mirabelle. They're just incredible. There's this really cool exhibit over here called Blossoms of Fragrance that we're going to check out. They have different scents piped in that are, I believe it's sponsored by Scentsy. Yeah, there's one here that says visitors to Hawaii are often welcome with a traditional flower lei made of plumeria. And that actually, oh, smells great. If you put your nose by that, they have this display that you can lean down and smell. And it's very strong. But there's also some amazing topiary butterflies here that are just covered in flowers.
It's gonna be beautiful.
They're really, really amazing. They must work for months on these.
Yeah. Well, it's neat because you can see that it's gonna flower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing, like we're seeing these at an early time. So these are baby topiaries that they're all going to grow in very quickly. Oh, there's a citrus one here, the sweet scents of pineapple and mango. Oh, that does smell really good. Unless you're watching the video version of this, you can't see how beautiful of a day it is. But we've got blue skies, white puffy clouds. We're looking out over a lagoon area that has floating flower pots and a giant flower bed full of Mickey and Minnie heads and other designs made out of purple, yellow, red, deep blue flowers. It's just beautiful. It's breathtaking, actually. But I wanted to just take a moment and enjoy some of the peace here. This is, like I said, one of the most beautiful festivals of the year and one of the most joyful, because you just get to hang out with nature in all of its beauty and look at all the different flowers and birds that find their way here. Like there's a bird just chilling on that floating flower pot right there. I couldn't tell you what kind of bird that is, but it's really interesting looking. Just so many great sights and scents to smell at the International Flower and Garden Festival, and we haven't even gotten to the food yet. I cannot wait to start talking about the food. So right now we're looking out across the water from the Odyssey Pavilion, which is always a rotating food emporium of sorts for Epcot's different food festivals. We'll check out and see what they have in there right now, but we're just taking a moment to look out again across to the martin nests, and again some beautiful flower sculpting that's along the bank of the river. The grass is always greener here at Epcot. But again, it's just soothing to hear the bird chirps in the background. Definitely sounds and feels like spring. Something else we're going to have to check out while we're here is the, my favorite, the butterfly tent. There's a tent full of butterflies. Again, this is a rather visual trip, but it's also fun to describe it to you. There's a bird skipping along the water. He's grabbing some food. It's a martin, and a whole bunch of martins just took off. They do some laps. They're actually gathering materials for their nests. We've seen them fly back to their nests and drop off little twigs and little sticks, and their mates are in there building a nest. So soon there will be little baby martins everywhere, and it won't take long. So as I said, the Odyssey Pavilion, you see some folks loading some stuff in. You can hear them loading stuff in. This is actually where you go and you reserve to pick up the Orange Bird Sipper Cup. It comes with something really nice too. On the side here, it talks about that it comes with an orange lemon smoothie, which sounds delicious. But some of the other food they offer at this particular pavilion sounds good too. There's an orange sesame tempura shrimp, there's a citrus baked brie, and a lemon meringue pie, all of which look really, really good. But also, if you like to get boozy at EPCOT, we have beverages with alcohol, including a citrus honey cream ale, which sounds absolutely fantastic, but also an orange sunshine wine slushie. Yeah, I'm the slushie guy. That's me. I want slushies. But this pavilion is currently closed. They are getting ready for the first day of Orange Bird Sipper Cup pickup, which is going to be insane. Because, again, as I mentioned, Orange Bird is one of those characters that Disney created to help advertise Walt Disney World and get people excited for the new park 50 years ago, and has grown into legend status. As we're walking down the main pathway towards World Showcase, it's interesting to note when you look at these topiaries and these different flower installations and the flower beds as we're walking down, they're all beautiful, full of color. Orange, pinks, purples are the dominating colors, yellow. There's a giant Goofy topiary in front of me, and I don't mean it's a goofy looking topiary, it's the character Goofy in topiary form, but he's like 12 feet tall. Flanked with some giant flowers that are also topiaries, which is kind of amazing. The petals aren't, but the inside balls are. There's these giant balls of green, and I'm sure a gardener, somebody who has a green thumb, not me, would know exactly what plant that is. I do not, however. But what's interesting is that this festival's constantly changing. This is just the first day, and everything is freshly planted and looks amazing, but they're going to grow. It's going to change. It's going to have some amazing transformation over the next few months, heading into the end of June. Like I said, if you have a chance and you have the means to get here, do it. This is one of the most beautiful festivals every year. Okay, so right there, that is a Dole Whip, a pineapple Dole Whip. It's our first purchase at the International Flower Garden Festival, and it looks delicious. And Chris, what did you say?
It's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, he tried to take mine, is what he's not telling you. But I'm going to go ahead and this will be different. Eating on the radio, well, let's see. I've actually never had one before, which is crazy.
I neither.
We've lived here for 2 years now, and Dole Whip is kind of a Disney thing, but we've been coming here for decades, and I've never, ever had one. So I'm going to try it. Let's see. Oh my. Oh, that's good. I'll be having some more of that. Okay, so that's a 10 out of 10 recommend. And what is it? Not even 11 o'clock yet. It's not even 10:30, and I'm having ice cream in the morning. But you know what? That's right. It's fruit. It's healthy. At least that's what we're going to tell ourselves. I'm going to enjoy my Dole Whip. So thanks for allowing me to indulge. So as we're sitting here still enjoying our pineapple Dole Whip, I want to let you know you can get that at the Pineapple Promenade. We were the first people in line. I don't know what they were expecting, but certainly not the rush of my husband and I to get a Dole Whip at 10:30 in the morning. But now we've created a trend. As you can see, there are other people waiting in line. It's kind of fun to see. Because you gotta get your morning started right, is what I say. It's basically a breakfast food. That's what I'm saying. The pineapple Dole Whip, it's like serving a fruit in the morning. Which, I mean, We always have our servings of fruit in the morning. It sort of comes with the territory. What? I just got a stare down. I'm just saying, it is Pride Radio after all.
Ooh. Joffrey's has an orange cream cold brew. It's like a cold coffee with a flavor.
I see that. It says a smooth blend of French roast cold brew with flavors of orange and vanilla, tapped with a splash of cream, whipped cream, and coconut shavings. And that's where I'm out.
Sure, you can ask.
No,
for that
we're going
be
to talk
left
about
off.
coconut for a second because I don't like it. I don't know why anyone wants to taste sunscreen, but that's always what it reminds me of. Like, let me sprinkle some sunscreen shavings onto my food. But it's okay. It's not to say that their food is bad. I will just ask for it without the coconut because the rest of it sounds delicious and amazing. Oh my gosh, a key lime cold brew. I know what you're going to be getting. Chris is a giant key lime fan. If you could be a fan of a fruit, that's what he's a fan of. He's a fan of key lime. A zesty blend of... Thanks. You can't use my own joke 2 seconds later at me and expect me not to be offended. It's topped, let's see, a zesty blend of French roast cold brew with flavors of key lime and white chocolate topped with a splash of cream, whipped cream, and graham cracker crumbs. Now we're talking. It's non-alcoholic. That part, well, we can discuss, but it still sounds delicious. We'll have to check that out. We're taking a look right now at some beautiful Bambi topiaries, Bambi, Thumper, and Flower, of course, here at the International Flower Garden Festival. Again, I just want to thank Disney for being as generous as they've been, inviting us out here today to take a look at everything the festival has to offer and to talk about everything, too. We have now taken a trip to Canada. That's right, we have flown as far as the wings on these topiary geese could take us. That's the great part about this festival, is that you can visit a dozen countries. Some people call it drinking around the world, where they just have a drink in every single area, and that's fun to do. I'm too old now to where I feel really awful the next day if I do that.
You need to be able to drive home.
But you know what? I still may partake occasionally. Especially when they have a great festival going on, like this one, and food and wine still to come later on this year. All right, got our first food sample here in front of me from the EPCOT International Flower Garden Festival. I'm going to say that as many times as I can on this podcast, by the way. Or vlog, if you're watching it on video. But I picked up the beef tenderloin tips from Northern Bloom at the Canada Pavilion, and it looks amazing. I mean, look at this. It's got some beef tips. There's some carrots in here, mashed potatoes. I'm gonna take a bite and see how it is. Chris, by the way, is off getting something. I don't know exactly what he's getting, but his food is coming from Refreshment Port, so we'll check with him in just a minute. Okay. That is really delicious. Chris is picking his food up now, so he'll be over here in a second, but this beef is so tender. You know, there's even a couple mushrooms on here, but it's not heavy on the mushroom, because if you know me, if you listen to the show, you know I'm not big on mushrooms. It's just right, though. It's just the right amount. I don't mind a little flavor. It's just, gotta have some more of this. Delicious. Look what Chris got.
This is
It's a Canadian favorite. Let me see.
This is a shrimp scampi poutine.
Oh my god, shrimp scampi poutine.
Yep.
Okay.
With artichokes and spinach. And this is just a traditional poutine with gravy and cheese.
Well, that looks delicious. I'm glad to see that you did buy enough for all of us.
I did.
Okay, well, 2 food experiences down, and thumbs up on both of these experiences so far. All right, I'm stealing some of Chris's.
For sharing.
Sharing, stealing, same difference. His poutine. It's so good. It's delicious. What is this cheese again?
Boursin.
Porcine. Okay.
I think I like the traditional a little bit more than
It's really good though.
the shrimp scampi one. I mean, they're both good, but I think I like the original better.
Well, see, I'm from Baltimore, which means we can only have a certain type of shrimp. It's the law or something. Has to be cooked with Old Bay, steamed, very specific way. So I won't be having that because I'll judge it hard, and that's not fair. But you tell us how it is. How is it?
It's good.
It's good, okay.
It tastes kind of like a artichoke and spinach dip.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like it's not really a shrimp scampi.
Okay.
I don't know why they named it that.
Because there's shrimp in it.
Okay.
It is shrimp scampi. Again, I'm not going to try the shrimp scampi because I like steamed shrimp with Old Bay. Lots and lots of Old Bay. Not sponsored by Old Bay. I just love Old Bay. Because, again, from Baltimore, I have to. Okay, now if you know anything about me, I like roller coasters. So we're about to head to what I still consider to be the absolute all-time best roller coaster in the world here at EPCOT. Opened, I guess, about a year ago, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's about a year ago. But thanks for being there. The moral support.
I
Guardians
trust
of the...
you to remember these things.
I try. There's a lot to remember. There's the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which has an incredible backwards launch. It's sort of like if you've ever been on Space Mountain or any other roller coaster in the dark, it is like that ride, but on speed. Of course, themed on Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, complete with actors like Dave Bautista, who plays Drax, Zoe Saldana, who plays Gamora, and Chris Pratt reprising his role as Star-Lord. And we have a virtual queue because we woke up bright and early this morning, 7 a.m. and refreshed furiously to get our boarding group, which we did. And we're headed that way because it's almost time to ride. And unfortunately, I can't take a camera on board, but I'll be sure to share a YouTube link of the ride on my page. If you go to prideradio.com/Houston, you'll see it there, along with the accompanying vlog for this podcast, because there's so much to see. Like right now, we're walking past a performance troupe called the Janitors. They are jamming out janitors. We'll see if we can catch them on our way back out. But they're pretty great. It's a drum line, but with trash cans. And they're dressed in Disney white custodial uniforms. They're pretty epic. We're also passing some more beautiful topiary. This is Donald and Daisy, decked out in, oh yeah, Daisy's got a nice pink floral dress on. Again, if you're a gardener, you know the flowers. Don't ask me, because I don't know.
They're all edible.
And everything here is edible as well. There's carrots, there's basil, there's mustard, and beets, Swiss chard. Look at that. An edible
community
garden.
garden.
Pretty cool. All these floral arrangements are themed, and it's just amazing. There's lemon, there's allspice as well. And again, as far as theme park atmosphere goes, EPCOT is really, really difficult to beat. The music, the murmur of the crowd, the ride noises in the background, it's all pretty epic, pretty amazing. I know, I'm going to use that word a lot, get used to it. But here we are at Guardians of the Galaxy with a giant Nova Corps ship parked out front. And when I say giant, it's like 20 feet tall. Absolutely giant. But one of the highlights of the EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival here at Disney World. Alright, we ventured into the Odyssey after our ride into the galaxy, saving the galaxy as it were, of the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Again, I can't say enough good things about that ride. It is the top of the line roller coaster experience. From top to bottom, beginning to end. I mean, where else are you going to ride a roller coaster that has Glenn Close? Good luck finding one. Exactly. So we're wandering out of the Odyssey right now. That's where you had to pick up your Orange Bird sipper if you would like to get one. They are doing that as mobile order pickup only. So if you have the My Disney Experience app, you can select in there when you'd like to come by and pick up an Orange Bird. And it comes with an orange lemon drink as well. Looks kind of tasty. But we're actually going to venture back into World Showcase and see what there is to see. I believe I know a friend in the Mexico pavilion, so we're going to see if we can find her and say hello.
Why not?
And we're going to try some more food too. Don't know where to go next though. We have a little guidebook they hand out, and every single one seems like it's got amazing food, but I can't possibly eat it all. All right, I take that back. I could, but then I'd feel really bad about myself.
Luckily, we live here and we don't have to do it all in one day.
That is true. We can come back. And that's the thing. If you were planning a trip, yeah, definitely plan multiple days here for this festival because it's the only way to see everything. And now we are traveling around the world in Mexico. By the way, famous for their margaritas here in EPCOT. You either start off strong with a margarita as you drink around the world, or that's your final stop. Which I then hope your actual next final stop is bed, because that's where I would be if I had a margarita last. So I do prefer to start in Mexico and start working my way around. We have traveled now to the great land of Norway, home to Frozen Ever After, but also home to these two amazing topiaries of Anna and Elsa from Frozen. They are just amazing. They look more lifelike than I've ever seen topiaries look around here. They're really amazing.
If you stand right here, Elsa is like casting magic directly at you.
Yeah, I see that. And it's a pretty hot day today, so I would like some icing.
Yes.
And just like that, now we're in Germany. But Chris found a really cool festival market that lets you make your own bath bombs. That's delightful. Some German Edelweiss, Chinese Mandarin.
It smells so
Norwegian
good.
berry, orange blossom, yeah. You're gonna build your own, bath bomb.
I don't appreciate your tone.
I kind of like the idea of it. It sounds awesome. Oh, it's make your own bath bomb. 6 tubes for $39.99, 3 tubes for $20.99, 1 tube for $7.99. But look at this. They have a Moroccan citrus, a British rose, Italian lemon, African red, fly, and Japanese cherry blossom. Ooh.
I love the smell of cherry blossoms in DC.
Yeah, how does that smell?
Pretty faint, but it's nice.
Yeah? I'm sure it's much more powerful once mixed with water.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'm going to be in here and someone else for me. Thank you. What goes in? Is this the same thing I have?
I love the bath.
Yeah.
It smells really good.
Awesome.
Oh, that's delicious. It smells amazing.
This is Canadian Blackberry Mickey, and they're Mickey shaped.
The lemons.
Look, they're Mickey shaped over here too.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Both of these are the Orange Grove Mickey and the Celebration Mickey.
Oh, that smells really nice. Here, you want to try it?
Yeah. Oh, that does smell good.
Yeah, so you
Wow.
just like take a couple, drop them in the water, let it dissolve. That's really nice.
Well, this festival market is located at the entrance to the Germany pavilion, where I also wanted to check as my eye was caught by the food over here. There are potato pancakes with a house-made applesauce. Oh, there's toasted pretzel bread, topped with Black Forest ham and melted Gruyere cheese. Gruyere. Yeah, don't ask me how to pronounce cheeses. I don't know. That's why I keep you around. He pronounces the cheeses for me, the fancy cheeses. But there's also a couple different amazing beers here too. Well, it is Germany after all.
That sounds really good. I like fruit beers, I've discovered. There's actually, my favorite beer here is at that little cart over there, and it's a like a grapefruit ale.
Yep.
It's really good.
That booth is also the secret.
It's actually really
for
nice when it's hot out because he's being dehydrated.
It's also the best secret for the best soft pretzel in the park. It's amazingly large. and very tasty. Like, I know everybody's crazy about the Mickey pretzel, but I'm telling you, the hidden gems are the giant soft pretzels at this little cart over here in Germany. Now, I know not officially part of the International Flower and Garden Festival because it's always here, but it's also always a great stop. All right, so we're still in Germany because I could not resist it's basically a loaded pretzel roll. It's a pretzel roll with, Chris will have to lean in and tell us what cheese.
Gruyere.
Gruyere, thank you. And some sort of bacon topping. It's bacon. It looks delicious, so we're gonna try it out. And it is. I can honestly say I've never had a bad pretzel here at EPCOT. This is really good. I know listening to somebody eat is not always the most pleasant, or watching someone, so I'm going to try to be not rude about it. But I wanted to share with you just how good it was because it is super tasty. And again, I want to thank the Walt Disney World PR team for making this possible and letting us test out some of the food here today because it is delicious. It's really good. And I think I've mentioned this before. It's one of those places where you can't explore it all in one day. EPCOT is just gigantic. What was the old joke? In fact, they use it in Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. EPCOT stands for Every Person Comes Out Tired. And it's true, because there's a lot of walking. If you want to get your steps in, this is the park to come to. Ooh. That is really good. The cheese is just perfect with the bacon. Just perfect. But like I said, the atmosphere is fun too. You can hear the music playing in the background here in Germany. Every pavilion here has its own unique theming to it that matches the country that it's in. And the international program is back too, so you actually have people from the countries working in the pavilions. So for instance, Chris went over and got a grapefruit beer at this great pretzel stand I was talking about earlier, and all the workers there are German. And they're even wearing lederhosen, which is just the best. So I was attempting to cut this, it's not gonna happen, so we're just gonna dive in. It's very good. Is it Dole Whip for breakfast good? Maybe. Let me just show you. There are so many amazing topiaries here. You really have to look to find them. These are still in the German section. It's the 7 dwarfs. Every single dwarf right on down the road here, all the way over to our favorite Dopey with Snow White. There's also a lot of exclusive Snow White merch this year. She's a bit of a secondary mascot, I guess. Also, one of my favorite things to check out here in Germany is the model train garden. As you know, Walt Disney loved trains. And people say there's no train in Epcot. Well, there is. There's a giant train garden right here. Covers a huge expanse here in the Germany Pavilion. And there's so much amazing detail right down to the little town square where they're having their own flower and garden festival. It's a nice, quiet, shaded spot too. Definitely check this out if you're in the EPCOT Pavilion. You can hear them chugging along. Like I said, the model detail is pretty incredible. From the trees to the rocks. There's a water feature. There's little houses. There's a little town where they're celebrating their own International Flower and Garden Festival. And There's even a giant rabbit, which to the townspeople is giant, but to us, just a normal rabbit. He is nibbling away on some greens. I'm sure the townspeople are terrified, but don't worry, the train will scare it away. They'll live to see another day. And then just a stone's throw from Germany, you come upon Italy and the Primavera Kitchen, which has its own selection of food for the International Flower Garden Festival, which we're going to skip because it just had the pretzel thing, but we will definitely be back to try some of these delicious noms. They have a So we're hanging out in the Italy Pavilion here at EPCOT and just soaking in the atmosphere, enjoying the music, and we just partook in a pretty awesome photo pass opportunity. It's a memory maker opportunity too. There's a cool little special surprise in one of the photos, so we'll be sure to share that. Be sure to look for that on my page because we haven't even seen it yet. It's one of those photos that they give you directly to your app. Disney Photo Pass photographer takes it, and really always a great way to save the memories of the day. It's something I wish that I did every day when we're here, because there's just so many things that they take your picture, like on rides, for instance. If you do the memory maker, you get all your photos for the day. But yeah, just kind of chilling out here in the Italy Pavilion. We saw a show, live show here in the square, and it's sort of like a slice of Venice, but here at home, here in Florida. Don't have to fly anywhere, well, except to Florida. All right, as we exit Italy, it's just a quick little walk to the America Pavilion with the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. There's an espresso booth to greet you, you know, typical American fare. There's also funnel cake in this section of the park, and that makes me very happy. But there's also a very special topiary over here of Tiana. Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog is over here, but it's also home to Garden Rocks, which is a special concert series here at EPCOT just during the International Flower and Garden Festival. And here's a look at their schedule. March 1st and 2nd is a band called Glass Ceiling. March 3rd and 4th will be Journey. The former lead vocalist Steve Augeri. Daltrey will be here, along with Smash Mouth. Blue Oyster Cult has been added March 19th and 20th. The Pointer Sisters will be here too. Really a cool lineup, and there are 3 show times each day. So if you have a chance to check it out, they're at 5:30, 6:45, and 8 p.m. every single day at the EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival. I shouldn't say every single day, because I think there's a couple days where there's not an artist, but most days in March. You can check out the schedule that I just showed you, and it's also, of course, in the app. But right here is the amazing and beautiful Princess Tiana topiary. She is stunning. Look at the detail. And she's surrounded by lily pads. These are all going to grow in, and it's going to look even more beautiful. She is head to toe in a great green dress. Varying shades of green. Really beautiful. And you may know she is going to be featured in a brand new ride of her own, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is taking the place of Splash Mountain at Walt Disney World. It's already under construction here in Florida, and it will soon be under construction at Disneyland. For now, the original Splash Mountain still operates as of today, March 1st, 2023. But as we know, that is subject to change. But amazing. This is so well detailed. She has a crown. It's lifelike. Yeah, it looks like she could just spring to life and start talking to us. And of course, to match Princess Tiana's location at the American Adventure, there is Magnolia Terrace food, which has a muffaletta panini, a spicy chicken gumbo, and a crawfish pie. Of course, and a bananas Foster bread pudding. That sounds good too. All very New Orleans themed. If you've seen Princess and the Frog, then you know that's why that food is here, matching up with Princess Tiana. And Chris has grabbed something from the Magnolia Terrace food pavilion. So tell us about this. Is it a muffaletta?
It's a muffaletta.
A muffaletta.
It's basically just a couple of different kinds of meats with cheese and an olive tapenade in a panini.
All right. Well,
So it's a pretty classic New Orleans sandwich.
how does it taste?
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
So it's a win.
It's a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay. And from the American Adventure, we walk right on into Japan, which I have to say has one of the best restaurants ever. Upstairs in that building that you can see right there is Teppan Edo. And I mean, it's a hibachi restaurant, but it's more than that. I don't know, like, there's also a sushi restaurant attached, but I just feel like it's better than your standard hibachi. Maybe it's because I'm biased, like when it's here in Epcot, it just feels more special, but it's really good. But of course, not to be outdone, they have food booths here as well for the International Flower and Garden Festival. They have a frushi. Oh, that's amazing. A hanami sushi and a creamy shrimp udon. Ooh, you like udon noodles?
The frushi is really good.
Yeah.
A little too hot out, I think, for a hot soup right now.
Correct.
But the frushi I had last week, I think it's excellent.
There's a sake cocktail. And as we make our way out of Japan, we're passing by another festival market, and we're entering Morocco. And to me, Morocco is kind of like this unsung pavilion. I think it has a lot more going for it than people give it credit for. There's some good restaurants, some good eats over here. I just love how you're instantly transported to the country as you just walk through. But they have amazing sangria here. They have a good cafe, the Tangerine Cafe, Flavors of the Medina. And there's also Spice Road Table over here, which is a small place restaurant. You know, think Mediterranean tapas. Hummus fries, grilled lamb, spicy shrimp, spiced chicken. Everyone having a good time here eating there. And then before we make it to France, to the France Pavilion, there's another food booth over here that we want to check out. Sort of in the, I guess you could call it the buffer zone between Morocco and France. Dare I say, it's Madonna themed. La Isla Fresca. Not quite Bonita, but we're close. We'll take a look at their menu here. Let's see. Ooh, a braised oxtail, a sugarcane shrimp skewer, and coconut tres leches. Ooh, there's a tropical breeze drink. Oh, and the key lime ale. Where's Chris? Gotta tell him. Oh, Chris. Chris. This is the booth with your favorite, the key lime ale.
I saw that. The white sangria sounds really good too.
Okay.
You guys eat anything from here yet?
Not
Not
yet.
yet, no.
What do you think? Should we try the key lime ale?
Sure, we can get a 6 ounce. I don't want a giant drink. We can try it.
It does say coconut key lime, which gives me a little pause, because you know how I feel about coconut.
It's the small one.
That's true. I guess we can try it and see. It's real easy to get stuff too with these different booths. They have a set of registers, and then you walk up to the kitchen, they hand you your item, and you're on your way. Even if the lines look long, they move very quickly. All right, we're gonna do a little toast. I have the key lime ale with some coconut flavor. And what did you get?
The white sangria.
White sangria. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
See how they are. Oh, the coconut is strong with this one.
Like that.
So we're gonna switch. Again, not that it's bad. I don't think it is. In fact, let's see what Chris thinks, because he'll probably like it. He loves coconut. It's very light on the key lime.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think if it was a more intense key lime flavor paired with the coconut, it'd
Right.
be better. It's just like, if it didn't say key lime on the menu, I wouldn't know there's key lime in it.
Right, that's exactly how I feel too. It's mostly coconut.
There's a little bit of mouthfeel of citrus, but that's it.
A little bit, yeah. Let's try this white sangria. Okay, this is delicious.
I thought you'd like that.
Yeah. All right, we are now in the France Pavilion, scoping out what kind of offerings they have over here. I also can already see from here a Beauty and the Beast topiary with Lumiere and Cogsworth that we will have to go check. The France Pavilion at Epcot is also home to the Ratatouille ride, which is a fantastic trackless dark ride. You get inside a mouse, you shrink down to the size of Remy, and run through the kitchen. Oh, look at that beautiful Beauty and the Beast topiary. We're gonna have to go over and take a look at this because they are tall, they are life size. The Beast is beautiful, wearing a coat of green, white, and darker green. Maybe that's even blue. And of course, these are all gonna grow in and be way more stunning as the season goes on. Yeah, look what they used for his coat. A deep, deep purple. Lots of people here taking photos. Well, let's get a closer look of these two because Beast even has pink lips. Everything is just stunning. I mean, I use that word a lot, but it must take forever to put these together, and the artisans that do it just do such a great job. And I spotted over there Lumiere and Cogsworth. So I want to take a look at those. There's also plenty of relaxing spots here in the France Pavilion. As you can hear, we're walking past a waterfall. Or a water fountain, rather. But yeah, there we are. Cogsworth and Lumiere. Oh, Cogsworth even moves. His pendulum swings. That is really cool. What a great job. As far as food and drink options go here in France, they have a croissant au fromage de chèvre.
Chevre, herbes, rôti.
In other words, we're going to let you see this menu and you can look at it online because I'm not going to try to pronounce
I
any of
don't
those
speak
things.
French.
Nope. You can see the Eiffel Tower in the distance and the beauty that is EPCOT. Now as we enter the UK pavilion and find the ever elusive Tinkerbell topiary, which just looks amazing. She presides over this little village. The little huts here. And the twinkle fairy lights behind her. But I spy with my little eye Pooh Bear and Rabbit. Oh, and Tigger and Piglet too. Which means, yep, Piglet is riding Eeyore. We'll see him in a second. Pooh is carrying his famous red balloon. There's Rabbit with a bunch of carrots. And over here is Tigger and Piglet riding Eeyore. So cute! And believe it or not, we are almost done our tour of the World Showcase because we're right back to Canada already with some live entertainment that we can hear. It's always a party. Those Canadians know how to party. They truly do. Because so far, I might say, of the food we've had today, I think I like the Canadian food the best. The beef tenderloin was pretty darn good. We still have other food booths to try, mind you, but so far, that was pretty good. And the poutine, yum. Don't hate that. But look at this. Live country music right here. Across from Peter Pan and Hook. Again, if you can't, like, you have to take a moment and go to prideradio.com/Houston to see the photos of these topiaries and see them on video. They're just amazing. Like right here is the gator. The only thing missing is the ticking clock.
Thank you, merci.
And on the way out of our journey through the World Showcase is the Honey Bistro Garden. You can follow the honeybee on a journey of discovery from how they make honey, basically. There are little facts and signs all through the area, replete with charts of honey. Take a look right here, you'll see. Talks about the importance of honeybees. When you see a honeybee, don't be scared. He's just checking you out, and he's going to go on his way, because you are way less interesting to him than a flower. He wants a flower, he wants to pollinate, and there is a honeybee shortage, so it's really important and really great that they're bringing a lot of awareness to the plight of the honeybee right now. Talking about how they go from blossom to hive to the bottle. And, of course, they have some honey food. They've got chicken and waffles, a pollinator flatbread, honey mascarpone cheesecake. There are some photos as well that just look to die for. I think we will be back to have some chicken and waffles a little bit later. But the Honey Bistro is actually hosted by the National Honey Board as well. It's a really cool, sweet spot to end your journey of food around the World Showcase at the International Flower Garden Festival.
They're like at the line.
All right, there's Figment in front of the Imagination Pavilion, and he is covered in succulents, which is so different and so unique. It's really neat to see up close. Like, would you look at that? Incredible. And his wings made of wood, including his tail and his horns. That's really cool. But where we're going is my favorite place. Where is that?
The butterfly pavilion.
Butterfly Pavilion. Let's go. So it's called Butterfly Landing, and it's a tent that they construct where butterflies fly free, can fly all over you. They could land on you. They can, you know, taste you with their feet, because butterflies taste that way. And it's going to be pretty darn amazing. Hello. Butterfly Landing. Here we go. Now these plants are all butterflies' favorite plants. And it's so quiet in here, being respectful of the cute little butterflies that are fluttering around. Look at them. And this place will have so many more than this. This is just the first day of the International Flower Garden Festival. This place will be full of them because they do have chrysalis stands that we'll show you in a little bit, where butterflies are busy becoming butterflies. But of course, butterflies' favorite meals. They're all fluttering through. Look how pretty and how gentle. Some tips on building your own butterfly habitat are in here as well. Honeysuckle. Some of the best plants to plant include coral honeysuckle, and also a weeping bottle brush tree. There's also some signs about the different kinds of butterflies you can see in here, like the white and sulfur butterflies. There are some monarchs in here too. And here's one of the chrysalis cages I was talking about. They're all really busy in there, busy turning into butterflies right before our eyes. And when they break free, they will flutter right out and have tons and tons of food right here.
You are right. It said when they get too big.
Oh, there's a couple escapees. Just outside of the tent. That's again because all of their favorite foods are over here. Including propolis. And that butterfly is completely made of succulents. Wow. Giant butterfly topiary with a butterfly on it. Butterfly Landing, again, my favorite part of the International Flower Garden Festival. All right, we have done a pretty good lap, I think, here at EPCOT for the International Flower Garden Show. Running today, March 1st, all the way through the end of June. And I gotta tell you, we need to come back again. There's just too much to see and do. It's pretty amazing though, and what I want to do is throw it to my future self in the studio to talk a little bit more about this festival, what you can expect, and what's coming up on this season of Houston Has a Problem, where my problems this season are all me. I'm the problem. Hi, it's me. Because I love theme parks, so there's probably going to be a good share of theme park stuff on this podcast this season. But until the next episode, enjoy and be good to everyone.